What is up, Evo crew? Today we are back in the missing 411 cluster right here in the woods. We are heading back because you guys said something in our comments over and over again that you think we found something very significant in our last search. That is a surgical plate. You guys said that we probably found a surgical plate. I know exactly where it is, but there's so many freaking people here. I'm not sure if we're gonna be able to actually find it because someone may have taken it and thrown it. I don't know. It's just complete people everywhere around here. That makes it stranger why that guy went missing. Let's go up there and see if we can actually find the plate. You guys ready? Let's go. There's our infamous bags of poop. There's one here. They put their dog's poop in a bag. Look at up there, there's two more bags. Like they just leave their dog crap all over the place.
Freaking granola eaters on deck.
Yeah. For those who are new, we're gonna do a quick recap, but if you want an in-depth explanation of this video, go check out our last video that we posted right before this video, and you'll get an in-depth explanation on exactly what this video is about.
So if you don't know what missing 411 is, it's a phenomenon where people are going missing in clusters under like eerily similar mysterious circumstances. And in our last video, we covered two disappearances that happened in this area. There's one that happened right here at this trailhead, and then there's another like 5-10 miles away up at Galena Park, which we're gonna go check that out in a little bit. But right now we're on a mission to try to see if that really was a surgical plate. And like everyone in the comments was like urging us, you guys gotta go back, you gotta go back. So we came back right away and let's go see if it's still there. But yeah, that's why a lot of people are kind of scared of these woods, and everyone's telling us to be like super careful in these woods. But what's even more weird is the amount of people that are here. It's like unbelievable amounts of people. Like you would think you're in a city, so how the heck are people going missing here? And a lot of people get lost here too, so we have to be really careful. And there's more people coming. Let's run away from them. Let's go. All
right, guys, so I don't even know if the surgical plate will even be there with all these people. They're literally crawling around. Like, here comes some more. They're like everywhere here. Hello. How's it going? Good. It's crazy how this place is crawling with people, yet he vanished right here in these woods somewhere. It's completely vanished. I think that's why the 411 phenomenon is so interesting, is how people just can vanish without a freaking trace. And I didn't realize it because we usually come during the week, but this place is just crawling with people.
Okay, guys, the reason why we wanted to come back quickly and hope it's still there is because people told us usually on the back there's a serial number, and we didn't check the back because we thought it was just a scrap of metal. But then we started looking at pictures online and it looks like exactly like it, so we're gonna go double check if it's still there. I mean, there's a ton of people here, so we don't know if it's still gonna be there.
That does look like ashes there for sure. That's not what the other stuff looks like though. The other stuff looks a lot different. Let's go see. We're close now. Yeah, now here's the first section of bones, a little bit of bones here. And there's literally no ashes in here. I mean, maybe there is a little, I don't know. I can't tell. I don't think so though. It looks more like just granules of bones.
Keep going.
And there's no burn marks on the bone. Right here, there's some pretty big bone fragments right here. And there's no ashes around here. I mean, you think they'd leave that much bone fragments around?
I don't know.
I don't think so.
I don't think so either.
Was it this tree? No, no.
Yeah, and do you notice how there's way less people on this trail?
Yeah.
There's like nobody that goes on this trail.
Creeping around though.
Creepy granola eaters, you mean?
Yeah.
That's scary stuff with their fanny packs on their heads.
Some even bigger bones coming up on the right hand side. I mean, that would be one poor job of cremation. But it doesn't make sense if they're ashes because we literally found animal bones in them. It's still here. It really does look like that. I mean, honestly, that is definitely a bone implant.
Does it have a serial number on it?
There's no serial number on this one though. So I don't know.
It could be like a dog or something, a dog's surgical plate. Do all of them have serial numbers?
I don't know. That's definitely looks like all the ones that I've seen. That's why that bend is there, because it really goes like on a bone. It was found in this pile of, some people seem to think these are ashes, but I mean, are there ashes here?
Well, why is there animal bones in the ashes?
And why are there a lot of bones that are like, you know, some little chunks of bones would be in teeth maybe, but that doesn't remind me of a cremation. I've seen cremations before. They didn't look like this. They had small fragments and that was it. All right, guys, another thing I wanted to address is a comment I heard a few times is they say, why look up? Clearly, if it's been so long, if anything was hanging from the tree, it would be gone, right? Well, that's true. The thing would be gone from the tree and the rope, but the rope would still be there, and that would give us a location to really narrow down our search. If we were able to find a rope or something hanging from a tree, we'd have known that someone was there. That's why we say look up.
Bigfoot built that den. I hear people.
Yeah, we might want to get back on the trail because I can imagine them being narcs.
Something right there, I don't know.
Yeah, it's like a lip balm. Yeah, it's like a lip balm. Hey, there's some dogs right there. For some reason, so we have the dogs off leashes. You should go up this trail and go to where the boardwalk terminates on this trail and then conduct a search in that area. Because remember, in a lot of cases, they go just out of view. They just want to be just out of view of people. So they'll walk somewhere and then they'll go just a little farther so you can't see them. And I think that's what we need to go look for. Let's go up here and take a look.
I mean, Tahoe Rim Trail, it's a 165-mile trail that goes all the way around Tahoe. And even people going for like simple walks around here, experienced hikers, they get lost. They even found a Canadian hiker not too long ago near his tent, and they found his remains. And I don't think the news ever updated investigated what happened to him. So there's a lot of weird stuff that happens around here basically. So let's go.
It almost looks like there's a rope hanging from that tree that would be perfect. See how it's bent over right there? It looks like it could be a rope. I'm not sure, but we should go investigate that for sure. Let's wait for these granola eaters to go by and then we'll head up there.
Let's do it.
No, I don't think that's anything. I'm actually starting to think, after we've been researching so much and we've read so much about how many people go missing out here, how easy it would have been for him in the snow to go missing. Just go look it up, guys. Go look it up how many people freaking go missing here. Let's keep going. It's really weird.
Sounds like Mark Zuckerberg. He's a reptilian.
I'm interested in this path right here. Looks like a path. We should go and look, because remember, they just would go usually. I mean, I know I'm saying this a lot, but it's true. Like in a lot of cases, they just go out of sight, just out of the view. So let's take a walk up here and try to get another view. And I think we should take this hike a little bit. What do you guys think? Look at that tree right there. How the heck that happened? It grew sideways and then up. There's something happened here. Someone burned a lot of stuff, but then look at all the tinfoil. What we want to do is we want to get a view of this area from away from the trail towards the trail, as that'll give us a much better view of the backside. Because you know what I mean? You could easily be hiding behind any of these trees. Man, this is so vast. I wish they would have given us intel on what he was wearing. They had a video of him leaving the nugget. Yeah, so I mean, if they could have told us what he was wearing, that could have been a big help to us to know if he was wearing warm clothing. His family said he was despondent. So I mean, it seemed they hinted at that. You know what I mean? They didn't say that that's exactly what they thought happened to the guy, but they hinted at that. So that's what we are going on, because that's all we have to go on. That's what we're trying to go on. We're gonna look though. We're not gonna give up. I think we should head up this trail where those mountain bikers went.
See if Mark is there. Yeah, a bear was freaking chewing on this stuff over here. I'm gonna go towards where the mountain bikers are. I see if Mark Zuckerberg's there.
I see something over here, some trash. I'm gonna take a look at what it is. It looks like some woman's freaking, and it looks like it's like teeth marks in it. It's a pad.
Oh my god. Ugh.
Whatever.
Emma, I can't believe a bear bit your pad and you left it out here. That's disgusting, Emma.
Remember in the winter when it's like snow all over the ground? All this will be covered, like all the plants would be covered and flat.
So where he is, like right now, might not make any sense, but in the winter it might.
Exactly, yeah.
Bigfoot just did that. We watched him, and he looked just like Emma.
It's a butt tree.
Look, the trail is like right there, but you can't see it. Yeah, this is an easy place to get lost.
If they sneak up on us, we're gonna have to punch them.
It feels like a little weird already cut through there. Why did we cut through there though? It's all the same, just keep walking because you couldn't see it. Guess you don't need to cover that area.
And he's gone.
He's on the trail the whole time and then boom, cuts left. Started marching through the bushes. You know what I mean?
Hey, don't film this. Pick it up. Here's a reminder.
Guys,
Good. I hear a granola eater.
so we got something's right here's. I don't know what the hell that is. Someone did wipe their over there. I'm not sure what happened on the trail. They had to take a little pit stop. Close. Look, it's literally a piece of like a shirt. That's literally a piece of a shirt.
Does it look bloody?
I mean, it kind of, yeah.
You're touching weird.
Hey, we could test it for blood. Don't we have a luminol kit?
Yep.
Let's take this and test it for blood. Also, let's look around here. What the heck? What was that?
Some kind of wrapper. Yeah.
Something right here.
Dog poop bag way up here.
Oh man, I'm squishing the little poop at the bottom. Right over there, I see a huge amount of stuff. Do you see it, Bob? Look at straight past those. That's definitely something. Do you see it?
Yep.
Okay, there's also something right here. It's under this tree. Again, everything's always under the trees. It's like where all the weirdos stop.
Dog trap.
What the? Well, we got closer. It was just a log, but the spot is crazy. Cut this way. Whoa, what is that? What is that?
I think it's a towel or something.
See something?
People go in the bathroom, I think. They just leaving their tissues there.
Jeez Louise, they come here and they have poop problems.
Look, they throw all their dog waste all over the trail when there's literally a dog waste container right here. I don't know. Maybe they should stop allowing people to bring their dogs here.
So we're gonna head back down this road to where the other guy went missing under really like creepily similar circumstances. So let's go. This is the site of the second disappearance that we covered in the last video. His car was found parked right next to the dumpster over there. Right next to the dumpster over there. So there was some confusion in our last video in the comments on this case. And so we have to give you a brief background. And the guy who went missing here, the family wasn't fully comfortable with us making a video on it. So we're just gonna call him the missing man.
Yeah, because we want to be respectful for the family.
Yeah, we don't want to be disrespectful. So He lived in Reno and he had come out here at 9:45 p.m. And what's so weird about this is the park is consistently closed every night at 7 p.m. But this night there was a wedding being held right over there. And he wasn't a regular at this park. So somehow he knew that night that the gate would have been open. So that's what's really weird about it.
So what needs to be made clear is that his car was parked right there and the ranger saw it on the very first night. And it says right there on that sign as you're coming in, that we'll show you right now, it says no overnight parking here. Therefore, you cannot camp here. There is no camping spots here. You're not allowed to camp here.
Not even allowed to park overnight. And that's why a lot of people are saying, oh, if I was a ranger, I probably would have thought he was camping or maybe hiking. But this is more of like just a recreational park. You come here to go for walks and barbecue, and then it's closed at 7 p.m.
Exactly. A leisurely walk. I think the longest hike is 9 miles through here. So basically, you're supposed to be out of here.
That's what's so weird is the ranger took 4 days until it was on the news to report it. And a lot of people think that's really weird, especially tied in with our interaction with the ranger here. And if you haven't seen that video, you should go watch it after this one. Link will be in the description down below. Go watch it after watching this video.
Exactly. And another thing that's really bizarre is he knew that it was here for day after day. We think it was probably the ranger we talked to last time that you guys saw, and everyone said he acted really bizarre. We think it was that guy. We're not sure though. We have no proof that that's him. The car was here. He was locking the gate behind somebody. I mean, as a ranger, if I was a ranger here, the first thing I would be thinking is, you know, somebody must be lost or something in the park.
This is a small park. This is not a huge park.
Yeah, this is like 3 parking lots, you know, and he came up here to mess with us just walking around and filming. Another thing that brings up too is a lot of people try to say we need a permit to film. Not true. We don't need a permit to film here. You can go look at the rules yourself at the Galena Park. You don't need them. We're not hired. We're not, anybody here is hired to be here.
There's no models or props, and it's news related.
And this is a news story where literally it has public interest. So everything, it checks all the marks. You don't need that. Even in a federal park, National Park Service, we wouldn't even need that because if we're doing news related stories. We had a couple people, for some reason, they were trying to act like we shouldn't be filming here. Like, it's got even weird. Is like, why would you not want us to be here looking for missing people
and bringing awareness?
Yeah, why would you want to rat on people who are trying to like find missing people, who are trying to help people locate or bring awareness to missing people? To me, that just seems really bizarre. I guess some people are just really unhappy. So if you want to go ahead and call and snitch, feel free. We don't care.
No.
We're here to search for a missing person and get the word out. That's what we're here for.
So another thing that's weird about this case is he told everybody that he was going to be going for a swim with a friend, but there's really nowhere to swim here. There's a pond down there, but nobody swims there. It's for fishing. So that's what's really weird. He was wearing flip-flops, so he couldn't have gotten far. It's not like he was probably hiking up there. So he pretty much just disappeared. His truck was found here. Search dogs were not able to pick up a scent. That's another thing that's common with the missing 411 cases. And actually something with the other case, I don't think they had any sign of him over there. These two cases are really weird because they're a lot alike.
All right, guys, this was the end of our second day of searching. You guys asked us to go back, and we did. If you guys like to see us go back a third time, smash that like button. We are pretty sure, we're about 99% sure that what we found and what you guys told us was a bone plate was indeed a bone plate. All right, guys, we also we're not really sure if that was cremations or not. What we found interesting is the bone that we had removed from there was not a human bone. It was an animal bone from some kind of animal. In addition, we didn't see any of the bones didn't seem to be charred. They were not brown or charred, so we're not really sure if that really was cremations or not. But we left everything there and we took off, guys. So make sure you smash that like button, 10,000 likes, and we will go back for a part 3. Thanks for watching, guys. We'll see you next time.